Hi guys, I'm going to make some pastry. Now this is a rough puff pastry recipe that I like. And you need a bowl, scales, some plain flour, 150 ml of cold water, and 250 grams of butter. Now I never really use salted butter, I much prefer the unsalted, and then to add a little bit of salted. So I'm going to weigh out 250 grams of plain flour. You can use strong plain flour or all-purpose flour, doesn't really matter. 250 grams in the bowl. And these blocks are really handy because they come in 250 grams, so I like that. I'm just going to turn the camera down, just ignore the fact that my potatoes are bubbling away on there. What I'm going to do, and obviously I've got the bot back. I'm just going to, so the butter needs to be cold as well, because don't do it at room temperature. I'm just going to cube it, just roughly. I'm also going to take my bits off because nobody wants that. So in the flour I'm going to roughly add the butter. So just some slight cubes like that. Oh hi Edie. The Labrador has come to see what is going on. Really satisfying. I feel like these are the perfect cubes. Look at that. And it also looks like cheese. Right. Anyway. Hey girly. Edie is patiently waiting. I have to turn it round and show you. Edie. Oh, yeah, I don't think you can see her. There she is. There's the Labrador, waiting for some pastry. Because she's greedy. Greedy Edie, we shall call her. Right, okay, so that is in there. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get stuck in. Now, you want the butter to still look like butter. You don't want to mush it too much that it's all dissolved in, I guess. So we're not making a crumble. Right, so then I've done that. I'm just going to slowly add a little bit of water. So I've added about 30 ml there. And I just want to, the only reason you add the water, I guess, is to make it into the dough. But like I say, we still want to have the big chunks of butter in it, because that's what makes the pastry buttery, I guess. I don't really know. I'm just making it up. Oh, the one thing I hate is it all over your hands. And then a bit more. So you've got like this rough dough here. As you can see, there's still very large chunks of butter in it, which is what you wanted. I'm just going to flip it and so that we can get loads of that loose, the rest of the loose flour up. Right. So. Ugh. Very nice on your hands. And this is why I take off my jewellery, because nobody wants pastry fingers, do they? Stuck to their rings. Right, so now I'll cover this in cling film and I will pop back in 20 minutes. Okay. Sorry, now that I've washed my hands, this is what it should look like. Like I say, it's still got the chunks of the butter. I'm going to wrap it in cling film and I'm going to pop it in the fridge to chill for 20 minutes and then we'll come back out and resume. Right, so my pastry is chilled. It ended up chilling for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, a little longer. Anyway, so I have floured my surface and now we're going to roll it out. I think it's probably, it's not the best piece of dough I've ever formed, but you know. So what I want to do is just make it into a rectangle. Again, it's rough puff pastry, so it's very rough. So yeah, and I'm just gonna, I always do this because my rolling pin sticks very quickly, and also I just like to flour the top of it so it doesn't stick. So I'm gonna roll it out into a rectangle, and you want that marbling effect of the butter, if you can see it. Stuff everywhere. This is my rectangle, and as you can see, the butter, we'll just push that in somewhere. Best thing is, don't be very particular about it. And then, so what I'm going to do is fold that bit in, and then fold that bit in, so that we've made a layer. Again, I'm just going to lift that up, and there's a bit left over there, so I'll just shove that in anywhere. And we roll again. I put some extra water there just in case I needed it. As you can see, I just don't know why the rolling pin just starts to stick. So if anybody has any better ideas on what to do with the rolling pin, please let me know. Now, depending on how many layers that you want with this, I would do it again. And again, so I've just folded it in turn, that side to the middle, that side to the middle, or whatever I did, I don't know. And we're just going to roll it out one last time. Have a, to add to the collection of 2 dogs, we have a toy toys that runs wild, and I'm just watching her. Well, she's actually a boy, but she bites. And she's on the floor, so I'm just watching her because let me show you. If you can see her, there she is. So yeah, I'm just gonna watch my feet because I really don't want to get bit. It hurts. Right, okay. So now what we'll do is we'll just fold it in there, and then fold it in there. Like I say, do not be particular about it. Like, it's pastry. It's rough pastry. Just gonna, don't know what to do with that bit. And now using the cling film, excuse me. Using the cling film that Totty used before, I'm just gonna wrap it up, and then what I'll do is I'll chill it. So whether or not I'll chill it till tomorrow, or I'll see how I feel later. I might make some sausage rolls later, but might be tomorrow when the kids are at school. So yeah, so I'm just going to pop that in the fridge, and then when I come to make it, I'll roll it all out, and then we'll go from there. But yes, lovely. So I am going to make an apple sauce to go in my sausage rolls, and I managed to find someone was giving apples away up the road, cooking apples. So I thought, that'll do. So I did just film this and then realised that I'd chopped 3 apples and forgot to peel them. So I've had to start again. So basically you need 3 apples, peeled and diced as well. So yeah, here's me peeling apples. And also, this is going to be my first time using the chopper, so I'm not really sure how to use it, but I've put the attachment in. Just need some small cubes. So I'm going to core it, and then I'm just going to pop my apple on it. Ooh, and push it in. Ooh, this is easy. I've never used this before. Nice. Oh. I don't know what that bit does. I think I've broken it. Okay, that piece wasn't a perfect size. It got stuck. We all seem to be getting stuck now. Maybe I have to press the push button. Nope. I don't really know what's going on. So like the hook of it, as you can see there, is staying up when that should be down. Oh, okay. Maybe this is my problem. Okay. I don't know, but anyway. I don't think I'll use that again. Can go in the bin. So yeah. So I've got my 3 apples. To be fair, that doesn't look like a lot, but I don't want it to be overpowering with apples either. So I'm going to pop them in my pan. And I've already weighed it out. I have 50 grams of caster sugar, so just what you normally have in your baking cupboard. Put that in. And 50 grams, excuse the mess, 50 grams of butter. And like I say, it's so easy because I've got the little grammage thing on the back. Obviously this one hasn't been refrigerated, so it is a little bit soft. So yeah, so I'm just going to pop that on a low heat for about 15 to 20 minutes, keep stirring it, have a lid, leave the lid on it and see how it goes. So come back in a minute. An update, what am I making? On the apple sauce. So I think 50 grams of butter was way too much, especially with the water coming out the apples. Well, I don't know actually, now I've took it off the hob and mushed it down a little bit. As you can see, it's quite a runny consistency. See, I'm not going to eat this, so it doesn't matter to me, but I'll leave it a bit longer. I am not a massive fan of like apple sauce. I love the thought of it and I love the juice, but eating an apple that's cooked just gives me the funnies. Yeah, so I'm going to get my pastry ready and we're going to make some sausage rolls. So I'm back with my pastry. Now I should have clarified that when I made this yesterday, you can normally only chill it for, you're supposed to only chill it for 20 minutes. However, I always leave mine overnight because chances are once I've made the pastry, I can't be asked to make anything else. So yeah, so I have my pastry, I have a bit of plain flour just for dusting, I have a baking tray, my applesauce is in there, which to be fair, I know I said about the butter, but genuinely, that's good. Some salt, and I have some sausage meat. So this is, as I mentioned in my previous video, this is from my mum who has reared her own pigs, and unfortunately they are now being eaten. So yeah, proper piggy meat. So yeah, so that's going to go in my mixing bowl. Nice. Again, I think I'll pop my sleeves up and take my bits and bobs off. I'm just going to pop a bit of salt in it. I don't have any water. And then all I'm going to do is just give it a little mix. Toy Choice is out again. Give it a little mix. Probably think that this house is so strange. It is. I'm just going to wash my hands. So yeah, so I'm just going to pop my sausage meat. All I've done is just put some salt in it. You can put salt and pepper in it, but I've been to the shops today and I've still forgot pepper. So that'll just sit over there. I'm just going to lightly flour my surface. I'm going to move that as well. So all we're doing now, because we've created the layers of the pastry, all I'm going to do is just roll it out to length. Don't let me forget the cling films in the hob. Again, I'm just going to do this because it will stick. So I might go upwards today, I think, because we're nearly at the rectangle. The dog, that's my dog. Edie doesn't like visitors, so she likes people once they're in the house, but anybody that is to knock on the door or walk past the house. And I must create a video actually, because I've done my Halloween decorations a little bit early, seeing as we're only at the beginning of October. But yeah, I will take a video because we've had a lot of interest. Me and the boys did them on Saturday. It was good. I'm just going to come this way so you can see me. Going to be a very long sausage roll. I'm just praying that my pastry's done good. What I'm going to do actually, I'm going to take it out at the sides because then I can cut it into 2 rectangles. It might be easier rather than me rolling it down the side. Oh, and we've also got day 3 of the sourdough today. I'm excited. Got some friends coming for tapas on Saturday, so I'm hoping my sourdough is a success so I can make some bruschetta. One thing I'm not very good at is making a shape with pastry. So yes, this is my pastry. I'm going to get a knife. I'm just going to straighten it up. I don't know, I hate waste. That's the one thing I hate doing, wasting things. So again, cool. And I'm just gonna go down the middle. Voila. So I'm just gonna, very nearly. Do you know one thing I forgot to do? Make an egg wash. So I'll get I'm gonna do this one, applesauce on the bottom, and then sausage meat. I do have another pack of sausage meat. I'm just thinking what to do with it. So what I'll probably do is this one will probably be the applesauce mix. I do have another pack, like I say. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one there. Just to make my life easier. And how long is the baking tray? Oh. Let me just cut off the wonky edges because we're going to struggle to fit it on the baking tray. I might actually do it in 3. Right, so we'll get our layer of applesauce. I'll probably say about a spoonful each. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I normally like a mustard sausage roll. So I'm just going to get some of my sausage meat. I'm going to split the mix into about a third each time. And I think these are just under 500 grams of sausage meat. So yeah. And what I need to do is make a sausage. I've never been very good at this bit. So what I might actually do is just pop it on and then just stretch it out. And again, you can probably see better on this one, to be fair. So yeah, I'm just going to roll it, make a long sausage shape. I think the sausage needs to be a bit thinner actually. Oh, this is... There we go. Right, one moment. I'm back. I wanted to grab the other packet of sausage meat because I don't want to be tight on it. You don't want a sausage roll with no sausage in it. So yeah, so I'm just going to add a little bit more to each one. I feel like this middle one is good. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Although to be fair, pastry has got to get over it. So we don't want to add too much. It's just to bulk it out. Just wash my hands. Right, so yeah, I'm just going to get a spoon. I feel like there's too much in it. It's okay. I'm just going to spoon some of that apple sauce out. And then, yeah, try and stretch the pastry over. But we have extra pastry, so maybe this could come in handy and we can join, we can patch it up, look. And that's okay. Pop a little bit there. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but so this is my first one done. So I've just filled in some pastry gaps, but at least I know now on that one just to do them a little bit thinner. It's been a while since I've made sausage rolls, to be fair. I think the last time I did it was Christmas. So yeah. I'm just going to scoop some of that in. See, that one's not too bad. Oh, I don't like the feel of that applesauce. So what I'll do is I'll cook them two first, and then I'm going to egg wash it. Bear with me. So I should probably say as well, you just want to make some holes in it. And then I've just made a simple egg wash. I'm just going to, it's nice, layering. Obviously ignore my patched up pastry. Live and you learn. Unfortunately, it's more of a learning curve in this house. And then I am just going to squish it with the fork that I've just made the egg wash with, because like I said, I don't know how this is going to turn out. So if you make it and follow this recipe and it turns out awful, I don't know what to say to you. But anyway, so my oven is set to gas mark 6. It's about 200 degrees, I think, I don't know. But anyway, it's going in at that. And they are going to go in like that, okay? No. Forgot to preheat the oven. There we go. Gonna leave that there for a moment. While that is doing it, I'm gonna do the rest of the sausage rolls. It's so much easier without adding an extra filling. Like, I feel like this one is just perfect. So that will go on my baking tray. It's just simply sausage and pastry. Sometimes you just have to rearrange the sausage if you've already put it down, because it might not fit. Now I'm going to do something with that one. I don't like the look of it. Also, my kitchen, I've got a back door there and a window, and at this gate, the driveway gate, there's a bloke. And I think you can see the ring light, and me talking to myself, so yay. Yay for the mental club. Right, that's going to go there. That's not going to work. Bear with me. Right, so these are my plain sausage rolls. You see? And I'm going to just give them a nice egg wash. Now, my oven is terrible. It does what it needs to do, but it'll only cook one thing at a time. So I'm going to pop these in the fridge, because the key is the pastry needs to be cold. You don't want the pastry at room temperature. So I'm just going to pop them in my fridge here. These look quite sorry for themselves. So I'm going to pop them in now, because that oven is preheated. Fingers crossed. I'm going to cook them for about 20 minutes. Maybe after 15, I will come and assess. What time is it now? So it's 1:30, so at 1:45 I'm just going to check. Right. I'm not happy with this one. Very overloaded. So I'm going to take some of the applesauce away. I feel like the applesauce ones are going to be a big hit. So I'm just going to spread some of that on there. and got a tiny bit of sausage meat left. So I'm going to see how far this stretches, and then I'm probably going to take some off that one because that is quite a big sausage. Like this end bit, there's no need for all of that, so that can just go on there, and then I can then kind of spread that out evenly. Again, like I say, with the filling, it's just extra stress that I don't need. Like, that's probably going to need a little bit more pastry on it. But do you know what? I'll eat that one because I don't mind if it looks like shit. Right, I'm going to cut that in half actually. And then, they're almost like little pies. And then this one, I'm just going to, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, see that, I love the idea of cooking sausage rolls with something, but that, when you do, I've done it with mustard before and it just all seeps out, and I don't know, am I doing something wrong? What if I am? Just drop me a comment. So I'm just going to squish that down. I've given up now. I'm done with the sausage rolls. I'm going to pop this one in here. To be fair, I will probably just cook them in there because it's just going to be a lot easier. And give them a little, let's see, I'm just going to split the pastry on the top so it can breathe, although that one's going to breathe anyway because it's half hanging out. Like I say, that one's mine. Do you know what I have done before when I've not had an egg wash? I haven't had any eggs in the house. I've used milk, so if you don't have any eggs, that's fine. Right, so I'm going to pop these in the other fridge and I'll be back when they're all cooked. Wish me luck. So, as I suspected, it took longer to cook. So it is now 2:10, so it took about 40 minutes. But I have rearranged the other oven because they were getting a little bit soggy being on that baking tray, which I know this, I don't know why. I didn't do something different about it. So what I've ended up doing is putting them on a wire rack, basically the rack out of my grill, and putting the baking tray underneath it so that the air can circulate. But the apple sauce is it's quite heavy on the bottom of the pastry. So these are the, I'll get them out now. So they're good on the top, however underneath, as you can see, very soggy pastry. So I am going to not put them on a baking tray again and probably not put applesauce on them again. I will. So yeah, so someone will just have to eat the soggy bottoms. And now I'm going to cook the plain ones, but I'm going to cook the plain ones the same way I've cooked them. I'm not taking any chances. I love how burnt they are on the top. I love, saying this to my friend this morning, anything burnt, like toast, bread, pastry, oh, it's delicious. Roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, anything like that is extra done. It's just lovely. But anyway, I will bring you the plain ones. So here are, ow, that's hot. Don't touch a hot rack. I was going to edit that out, but don't touch a hot rack. So these are the plain ones. I'm literally just going to pop them in the oven like that. So I'm just going to pop them on the shelf in the mid oven, and we're still set to about 200 degrees. So that's about between 6 and 7 gas mark, I think. I don't know. But anyway, I will see you shortly. So I just wanted to show you that actually they are not that soggy. I've just lifted it up and you can see the bottom isn't actually that bad. Guys, just look at this. So they are the dodgy ones. They were cut last. I weren't sure that I'm just gonna lower myself. I'm not sure that the bottom is gonna be okay on them, but that's fine because, like I said, there's nothing pretentious about my kitchen. Everything is as it seems, and get what you see. And it all tastes absolutely delicious. So yes, so that's the apple sauce ones, and then these are for my friend. So she's got some apple ones and some plain sausage ones. I'm just roughly doing this video because I've got to go and meet her on the school run. And then these are just, I don't know what they are. It's like a mixture. Either they've got apple sauce in or they're plain. But them ones with apple sauce, oh my god, they are absolutely delicious. Like, I'm not even joking you. Get the flour out, get the butter out, get the sausage meat, make this recipe. It's absolutely scrumptious. But yes, so let me know what you think. Bye.